amethyst. Very, very, very light shade of purple. Woo! About threw this son of a bitch out the window. Clear. Total of 10 carats, so they're about 5 carats each. Also amethyst, a little smaller. And I got, oh, these are the nice ones. They got some color to them. Ooh, a white topaz. Look at that color blinging off of there. I need to take this out of the package here. Damn, that thing's glimmering. Topazes are cool. Look at that. That's a white topaz. 6.3 carat. And this beauty here. Almost 8 carat citrine. Ooh, look at that. Get a kaleidoscope effect on this thing. And that's the way it sets that way there. So it'll definitely, things will show through it. And it'll change colors. That's going to be a good one. I'm going to enjoy cutting that one. And then another topaz. Except for this one's a light blue. Yeah, I just got them in today. You see how you can see through it? Let me see how I can get this working for you. Every now and then you can see through it. Look at that. I will be manufacturing all of those into jewelry. Because I'm getting into that kind of thing. I got some more here. The totalitarianness of my gems that I'm going to have to start with. And then I got Alexandriatite. They're heat treated though. These suck. They're heat treated. It'd be better if they weren't heat treated. Then I've got a Colombian emerald. Another darker amethyst. See, these amethysts here are lighter, but all three of these are amethyst. And then I got Ethiopian white opal. I'll pull this out and show them. And then I got another emerald, Colombian emerald. And then two rubies right there. Oh, you can't really see it with the glare. Not going to help. Oh, there we go. Maybe you can see them that way a little better. But this right here, this is the Ethiopian white opal. You can see how it's got. It's kind of translucent, but from my end, and you can't see it here in the camera, you can kind of see the green. You can see the green right here. It's got some color to it. Ah, there we go. You see the opal coming out in it. That's Ethiopian white opal. It's kind of translucent. This one has a shimmer of red in it here. I don't know if you'll be able to catch it, but it's got a shimmer of red at the right angle. That's Ethiopian white opal. And I'm going to be using all of this Come on, shut it up. Don't want to lose any of you bastards. I might have to use some tape. But I'm going to be using all of these to create jewelry. So I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 gems or stones. And in a week or two, I'll be getting some gold in, some 1 gram bars and the 2.5 gram bar that I'll be able to make a backing and finish up doing my jewelry thing. It's going to be a new style of jewelry. I don't want to tell anyone the specifics of what I'm going to be doing, but from what I've seen, no one's going to be doing what I'm planning on doing with all these gems. And yes, they are real gems, and I will be doing some crazy crap to them. But hopefully it'll work out, and I won't be losing money. Because then what I got to add to them is I got these to add to them. And these right here, yeah, I just got in some gems. I got like 12 gems now. And then I got a whole crap load of these that I'm going to be using with those gems too. Which all of these are like 30, 29, 28 something. 2 millimeter. It's hard to see. I probably should turn my fans off. It's upside down. These little fuckers. There we go. I got a whole bunch of those. I'm going to be adding to. Did it get in there? Yes, they're hard to tell. They're so small. But yeah, that's the beginning. I've my bank's being stupid. I had to go down to my bank today and talk with them because even though you deposit cash, they hold it in your account and won't let you spend it for a day. And I'm like, you don't have to clear cash. You do that for checks, money orders, wire transfers, cash into a bank. I should have instant access. I don't. So, more delays due to big corporations wanting me to be their slave, wanting me to make money for them and then have them control my spending, when I spend it, how I spend it, not allowed to spend it, even though it's mine. So I've been running into some issues today that are making things go longer than they should because other people are sticking their nose into my life, telling me how I can live it. And I don't like that. So I was a very not nice person at the bank today. And that's why I keep cash at my house. I only deposit money into the bank when I know I've got to use my card to pay for something. And I'm fixing to change up on that and make it to where I just send a money order to Sons of Guns because, oh yeah, Gerald. Oh, dude, I had the whole place riled up, man. I went in there with negative energy because they were basically stealing my money, my availability to spend my money, cash money that I stuck in the bank for 24 hours. That means everything I wanted to buy online today, I can't. Why can't I? Because I deposited cash in the bank. They've got a hold on the account for 24 hours to make sure the cash, I guess, is cash. Hell, I don't know. I don't. Yeah. So I figured I'd start off. I was going to my Zen spot and got the gyms in, and it kind of cooled me down a little bit. But yeah, I don't like being someone's economic slave. I really don't. And I let them know that. I actually told her, she says, you can't use that kind of language. I said, lady, this is America. If you don't like language I use, move. Because I'm free to use it. Of the two of us, I served in the military and went to war for my right to speak. You are working for a company that's screwing me over. So you have to listen to me. If you don't like it, quit your job and go work at McDonald's where they don't have to listen to it. But if you're in public service at a bank, you better make sure that bank's not fucking people over, because you are going to have to deal with them. You are the bank representative. If you want to take it personal, quit. Because I ain't putting up with that crap when I come in there pissed. I don't care about your personal feelings when you're stealing my personal money. Anyhow, let's not go there. I don't want to get riled up again. And Gerald, yeah, you can. You can't actually imagine. I was amazed the cops didn't show up, but I was there to deposit money. So what the fuck? They couldn't call the cops. Oh, we have a mean, evil, nasty client that wants to deposit $1,100 into his account and he's being a dick. Come arrest him. It's not a thing. I am so glad we're getting rid of this administration. God. I have a lot of pinned up frustrations that are going to be taken out on corporations that have curtailed my ability to gain wealth through their bullshit. You got that right, Gerald. That's why doing this stream, kind of chilling out. What's up, Jeffro? I appreciate you showing up, brother. Yeah, and then another thing, I just said I deposited $1,100 in cash in my bank about an hour ago. That's $1,100. That's 1-1, right? I just tried to spend $460 to upgrade StreamYard, pay for it for a year, and I was told I had insufficient funds. So I won't be able to pay for that till tomorrow when the bank counts the cash and validates that I gave them $1,100 US bills, and they don't have to hold it to validate that they're $1,100 US bills. But my bank has to do that for 24 hours. Now, see, I can blame the bank and I can blame the business, because business needs to know about this, and they should do another way of exchange of services with the customer that doesn't involve the customer having to go to a servitude exchange system of going to a bank or dealing with a bank card. This card right here. It says Visa on it too. But anyhow, you deposit cash. It's just like a check. They gotta, I guess, send it to the FBI and make sure it's real. I don't know. It's bizarre to me. Hey, I got that too. Boo-boo. That's a security clearance. FBI security clearance allows me onto docks and ports of entry, water ports of entry, Coast Guard stations, naval bases as a civilian. I got all the security clearances needed to go on. But yeah, the thing that got my bank riled up, this is for Gerald, buying that second piece of equipment for $650. That's what caused all this problem. They did not want me to buy that piece of equipment, and they gave me hassle, and they closed my card down. I went down, cleared my card up. Then I bought that piece of equipment. Now I got a 24-hour waiting period when I deposit cash to spend that cash. So there's definitely something going on in the banking system, people. So keep an eye on the smaller nuances with your banks, little changes, little differences, because they're important. And when you see these little changes and little differences, start pulling cash out of the bank and hold it at your house. Turn it into metals. Do something other than stick it in the bank, because I'm starting to see some real issues with banks. I'm with the Travis Credit Union. That's why that's what I'm saying, Gerald. I'm making people aware. I'm noticing the fact that I deposit $1,100 in US bills and I can't have access to that to spend it on my bank card where I just gave them $1,100 bills until tomorrow. That is a tell of bad things to come. And that's why I'm doing this. And I'll tell you what, when I say be your own bee, buy silver, platinum, crystallized osmium, well, buy all that stuff. And when I say be your own bank, I got this wallet, shit, fucking 12 years ago from my grandfather before he died. Never used it, except for I'm my own bank. This is my savings account. If I need it, I go to it, and I don't have to fuck with a bank that won't let me touch it for 24 hours. It's also cash. So what I just did was a stupid thing. I took readily available cash, and I stuck it in the bank, and I fucked myself for 24 hours being able to spend it. And that is what this live stream is about. Because everyone needs to be aware. You have two ways to save. You have two ways to hold your cash, your fiat, before you convert it into something else, other asset classes, whatever. Before you get to that stage of conversion, before you even get to the stage of conversion of that fiat dollar to an asset class, if you go through the banking system, you just fucked yourself for 24 hours, at least, in spending of that cash. That is the start of an economy that's running, and then all of a sudden, boom, 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 boom. Beginning of the crash. That's what I'm thinking is happening. There you go. You know, that's the way you do it. I mean, I just ordered a whole bunch of precious metals too. I crystallized osmium, platinum, silver, platinum, crystallized osmium. Ordered it. I say to buy it. I bought it. I got gems. Also, I don't say to buy gems because I don't, you know, that's another monetary market. It is a store of value. It's a nuance. It's a niche market of the rich for stores of value. So I don't suggest it for everyone. I do say silver, platinum, and crystallized osmium. I buy all of those. I say be your own bank. I showed you. I am my own bank, and I took a quarter of that money and stuck it in an actual bank. And now I don't have access to that cash. I just grabbed that cash. I took it to the bank, and I don't have access to that money. But I have access. See, I'm playing them, seeing what's going on with the banking system. And this is the first time in my adult life that I deposited cash, and I don't have access to that cash for 24 hours. That's not normal. It's not normal. Hey, what's up, Finn? So yeah, it got me a little riled up, and as Gerald, I'm sure can imagine, they caught a lot worse at the bank. But now you see why I'm an iron worker, because I get laid off a lot. When I see things wrong, I raise my voice because I don't like being a lemming. Unfortunately, I'm locked in the cage with the lemmings, so I'm doing what I can. Make sure I get out of that cage. Buy silver, platinum, crystallized osmium. Do it. I do it. It's good sound advice. I also buy gems. You know, I don't suggest buying those unless you do thorough research on it. Credit union. Travis Credit Union, Jeffro. And I already closed my bank account back in 2020 with Navy Federal Credit Union. I had them for 25 years. And they accused me of some stupid shit because someone paid me, gave me a bankroll payroll check, and I deposited it in Navy Federal. And that payroll check bounced. And they tried to bring me up on charges of bank fraud for depositing a payroll check that bounced. How the hell's the employee responsible for that? But they tried to push that off on me. So I told them, I closed the account, went down there, wrote them a letter, told them everything. And Navy Federal was a good bank. They're all around the world. It's a bank, credit union. And I dumped them like a hot potato as soon as they accused me of that. They're going after the customer who got screwed on getting handed a fraudulent check by an employer. How many of you get checks from employers, get paid from employers? They're supposed to be good. And if they're not, and they bounce, how is it your fault? But it was my fault, according to Navy Federal. And oh yeah, that didn't work out well for them. And I closed my account. And I do not suggest opening a bank account with Navy Federal Credit Union either, because they started the wanky shit. And it was a check I got for working in Hawaii, and I already know Hawaii's really, they're about as bad as Ukraine. So we'll see what happens with this next administration if that gets cleared up, especially since what's her name's going to be intelligence secretary, or what's her name, Nikki, whatever, that lady, that congresswoman from Hawaii, District 2. Yeah, let's see if she cleans up the corruption, because she's part of it. But we'll see, because, you got to play the game to get to the top to make changes. So most of the people he's putting in power are corrupt at one level. But we have an opportunity for them not to be corrupt and do the right thing. Hopefully that'll happen. What's his name? Wingnut on Independent Mini United's channel. Guy goes by the call name Wingnut. He's looking to get people together and in a group for what's that Jeff says? Ham radios. Thin when you talk about ham radios. The guy's name, he's on Independent Mini United, and his name is, I think he goes by Wingnut. I don't know his real name, but he showed his shop, shows what he's doing, and he said he wants to get a whole bunch of people together because he's trying to link up a whole bunch of people throughout the world on that ham radio network, so you can establish a communication network of ham radio. So I would suggest hooking up with him. Hey, what's up, Bellows? Yeah, well, a disclaimer, guys. I am in California, and in California they have different rules, regulations, and state this and that are much more severe than other states. Yeah, well, and that's Powell, Jeffro. I'll talk about that. Powell is the puppet. Yes, he is the puppet. No, Trump did not appoint him. Trump wanted to appoint Judy Shelton. Senate didn't appoint her, and they put in Powell and said, we'll appoint Powell. But it was under the Trump administration. That much is true. And you can say that the Trump administration was responsible for Powell being there. That is true. But it was the Democrat-controlled Senate that pushed that through and got him inaugurated in that position. So it's really, Trump didn't do it. I would have much rather preferred having Judy Shelton in there, because she is more in my mindset of how the economy should work than Powell is. Yeah, I don't think Eli really cares for the ham radio, because it takes him out of power. You needing him and his service, and him controlling all the information from that service. So yeah, of course he did. Powell moved himself. And actually, Starlink. Here's a conspiracy. Okay, however long ago when Doge was created, it was like 5-6 years ago on the crypto market. Doge was created, a meme coin, and Elon Musk pushed it, made a lot of money off of Dogecoin. Do you think or suspect that he might have known that there was going to be a Department of Government Efficiency, whatever, the Doge Department of Government Efficiency, when he created the Dogecoin? Because there was no reason to create the Dogecoin other than it was a meme coin to make money, and he said it was going to be like the dollar. Okay, whatever. But did he know? Did he have? Because and this is why I say this, because if you watch Carlson Tucker said that Elon Musk left at 7:00 election night because he knew Trump won before all the numbers came in, because he had a computer program that he had designed to tell who would the winner would be hours in advance of the actual winner. And Carlson Tucker said, yeah, Elon Musk said, Trump won at 7:00. He said this. Trump won, closed his computer, and left and went on his business. And they hadn't announced he had won for like 5 hours after, 4 hours after that. So Elon already knew. So if he already knew with his computer programs, then couldn't he have had some sort of a knowledge of what our future government was going to do 5-6 years in advance to sell us on a Doge? So it'd be a familiar word to us because it's not a government department. It's not a constitutional department. And yet we're all for it. And yet we're all for getting rid of departments. See what I'm saying? Jeffro, see what, yeah, here's another thing, and I did videos on this. Our military of the future is going to be run mostly by autonomous robots controlled by men. Deplete the manpower by 80%, add robots. We have a military. They're already throwing trillions, billions, hundreds of billions at making this a reality. One issue they have with making it a reality, and I did a video and I gave all the evidence of it. You can go back to my channel and watch it. They need G5 internet. So if they're in some remote location in Indonesia, G5 doesn't exist unless you have Starlink. Then G5 exists in that remote location for you to use your robotic army and your robotic navy and your robotic air force. But we need Elon Musk's Starlink for the future of our defense of our nation. These things are not, they don't trip upon them all of a sudden. They think about them, they plan them decades in advance. We're already working on the next fighter that's going to go, they're already working on it. They just haven't turned it out. But we're always, yeah, this is Skynet, basically. And we're all, yay, let's go for it. It's so good. Just keep an eye out because things are lining up. I'm starting to get a little concerned. I mean, I hope like hell they clean up the government. And I hope they stop at cleaning it up and don't change it to something that might be a Skynet scenario in the future. That's my concern. I'm not saying it's going to happen. I'm just seeing pathways and I'm noticing things. And I'm like, I need to talk about this because I'm either going crazy or other people might be seeing what I'm possibly seeing. I'm not saying it's going to happen. And I'm not saying if it does happen, it'll be bad for us. I'm not saying that either. I'm just, it's not normal. That's all. Doge meme coin, 6 years, 7 years, 5 years ago was created. Guy makes a lot of money. Now he's going to be head of a Doge non-agent government agency cleaning up the government. The psychology behind that is we're all familiar with Doge. Better than that, most of us like it because most of us made money on it. And now it's a Department of Efficiency, government efficiency. So it's a psychological thing for introduction and inclusion and acceptance that was already done to us through a cryptocurrency meme coin that now we have an unofficial non-government department of government efficiency. And we're not okay with it. Okay, it's interesting. Yeah, I'm not saying it's possible. It happened. I'm just saying it's possible, and I'm seeing pathways. I don't make predictions. I just give pathways that I see for things to possibly happen, given what I see. And I've seen some shit today, and well, actually, today's the day I decided to talk about it because of the bank scenario thing where you deposit cash and you don't have access to spend that cash for 24 hours at a credit union. So if I were you guys, and obviously I'm not, I would be concerned about how much cash you have in the bank. And if it doesn't need to be there, if you're not having bills going to come up that you have to send that cash in the bank off to them electronically to pay that bill, pull that cash out of the bank. That's all I'm suggesting. And it's a suggestion. It's not advice. It's a suggestion based off of my experience this morning with depositing 11 $100 bills and coming home, waiting 2 hours to make sure they do their computer shit. And I still can't spend that $1,100 till tomorrow. Yeah. Said actually, my bank, when I tried to make a purchase, it said I had insufficient funds. And that really got me. But I was like, okay, that's the 24-hour waiting period for depositing cash. Never happened before. When I deposited cash, I could go straight to the ATM outside and pull it out. I didn't have to wait 24 hours. So read into that whatever you want. You know, it is what it is. Just, you know, something I'm noticing. That's all. And if you guys are noticing stuff, crazy little quirky shit going on with your banks or your credit unions, let me know so I can tell people, you know, what other people are experiencing. Because it's coming up close to the time where we're all going to have to be scrambling if we're not positioned already properly. That's why I'm bringing you this report, because I noticed some hinky shit going on with my credit union with the depositing cash and not having instant access to that cash through my bank card. That is new. That's not a good new in my opinion. Exactly, Jeffro. That's what I'm saying. I'm thinking, I don't have a crystal ball. Hell, I don't even know if I have any balls. No, I've got balls, but not in the house. So I can't tell the future, but I can tell when things aren't right. And things have gotten more not right. And it has to do with cash and banks. Okay. Look at the world scenario and tell me, if there's a problem with cash and banks under this current scenario, that I would think pulling all the cash out of the bank that you didn't need to have in the bank would be a safe call to make, a prudent call, not a prepper call, just a safety call, because they are talking, they've already passed bail-ins, now are legal. They did that last year, you know, so it's coming and they're going to try and catch us off guard unless those of us that notice things tell people about the things we notice. So that way, those people that didn't notice them can have it in their mindset to see if there's anything that they need to keep an eye on. And when it happens, they'll be like, oh, they said that. Maybe I should pull my money out, because I don't want to see everyone get screwed, man. I really don't. But most people are going to get screwed. And I don't want, that's why I say be kind, helpful, and grateful. Why I'm telling you what I've noticed, even though it might be crap to others. It's just something I noticed that in my mind went bing, 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 like the freaking train coming at you and you're still standing on the tracks. Kind of, you know, alarm went off in my head. So I came online to tell you people, after I calmed down a bit, to tell you people about the experience, let you know what happened, and hope that you take full advantage of any more quirky things you're thinking about and make moves to protect your wealth. And protecting your wealth could mean pulling your money out of the bank in this scenario of a economic world crash, whatever it's going to be. I've never had to wait 24 hours to spend my money when I deposit cash. I've had to do that when I had checks, back when they gave checks. But now it seems like the only thing there was no wait time on is electronic transfers. Not even cash. Is like I said, 24 hours wait on cash deposits. But yet when I deal with Ian and we do electronic deposits and withdrawals, happens within seconds. No problems, no qualms, no issues. So it's pathways that are being clogged, congested, manipulated about the money. Money's still going to flow. You just got to find a way to make it flow right for you. The way I've seen, and I'm not saying it's right at all, just the way I've seen that it's effective would be electronic transfers, but you still have to have your money in the bank to make that happen. And I think the bank is actually the problem. But that's just me. I just wanted to bring this to you guys and make you aware of what I just experienced and how weird it was. And, you know, I'm not the smartest guy in the world, but I'm also not stupid. And I just hope this brings you guys a little enlightenment as to the scenario that I'm experiencing, and hopefully you'll take appropriate measures to protect your cash, because as people are saying, bail-ins are coming, and it's not going to happen. There's going to be some signals. This might be a signal. Do we know what the signals are? No. Bail-ins have never happened before. So you got to look for every signal. Every signal. Them making you wait 24 hours on a cash deposit before you can spend it. That they've never done that before. To me, that's a tell. And I'm always early. You might not have it for several months, but just be aware, people. Be aware. Keep your head on a swivel. Information, quirky things that happen with your banks, your bank card. Just be aware and try and keep you as much of as possible. And yes, everyone has to use banks. We have to use banks. It's impossible to live without banks. But you don't have to have all your cash in a bank. And you don't have to have all your fiat cash in cash form. Everyone's in different economic scenarios. Some of us can have a whole bunch of silver, platinum, gold, cash, other assets, and have money in the bank. I'm not in that bank. I got cash at the house, and I just put money in the bank as I know I'm going to spend it. And even in doing that, I've seen a problem. So I'm already kind of protective of my wealth, and I'm noticing problems. Or not problems, but I'm noticing peculiarities, red flags, like Gerald's got down there. I'm noticing a red flag, and I'm trying to make you aware of it. Take it for what you want. Buyer beware. I've told you my experience that I had this morning. As they say, how did you lose all your money? Oh, slow, and then all of a sudden. I think all of a sudden is real close. That's all I'm saying. It was designed to lose. It was designed to last 50 years, Jeffro. It's already 3 years past its death date. That's another live stream. Anyhow, thank you guys for showing up. I appreciate it. I just wanted to give you a heads up on, again, what I discovered and the red flag that I just discovered. And that was it. So I appreciate all y'all's time. I appreciate you showing up. Be kind, helpful, grateful. It's better than being a jerk. Buy silver, platinum, and crystallized osmium. Sound advice. If you like jewels, hey, get jewels too. I get jewels. I showed them. I got jewels. I spend money on jewels. I have cash at the house. I only put it in the bank when I need to spend it on my card for online stuff. Otherwise I keep it here. I don't trust them. I don't trust the banks. So having said that, I hope you guys, hey, what's up, Chris? It's been a while. Yes, they do. But you can still keep a lot of cash at the house and have it in different forms. You don't have to have it in the fiat system of cash. You can convert it to assets, gold, silver, platinum, crystallized osmium, other things, jewels, jewelry, fine wine, whatever asset classes will retain or maintain their value in economic hard times, you can convert your cash and capital over into. But just don't keep the cash in the bank. That's all I'm saying. Keep as little in there only as much as you need to do bank transactions with your card. If you know you're going to have to spend some, even if you have to go down the bank and deposit it and wait 24 hours, it's better than having all your money in the bank. That's all I'm saying. Yes, it is corrupt. That's why you should keep all the money in your house as much as possible, or in other asset classes that aren't going to degrade your purchasing power when you convert it over to whatever kind of system we go to after this one collapses, for which I don't know. I showed a video the other day of David Morgan talking with Judy Shelton, and they're talking about a bi-metallic backed system. That'd be cool. But, we'll see. Make no promises. But anyhow, I'm going to end this now so you guys can get back to your day. And I appreciate every one of you showing up here. Just be aware. Be aware. This is a red flag alert. I just noticed a problem with my credit union that I've never experienced before. Wouldn't have bothered me if I dropped the check, but I dropped cash. So it red flagged. Yeah, exactly, Jeffrey. Anyhow, you guys have a nice one. I'm going to end this stream, and I will talk to you later.
Bye-bye.